Day 2 of the ACC tournament from Phillips Arena in Atlanta comes to quarterfinal Friday. The top 4 seeds prepare for the championship run. Top seed, North Carolina, takes the court first as they take on twice during the regular season. North Carolina won both. You saw Tyler Zeller? He had 30 points against the Terps last time out. We're getting ready for game 1.
His eyes are looking up the floor, and they've got 2 bigs that run rim to rim as well. Establish him in the low post.
Here's Zeller right down Main Street.
Wow, and that's the thing. And it's, you know, he is so... Here's the play, just up the floor. Barnes, nice finish inside. Carolina up by 7 in this game, and Kendall Marshall has gotten out of the gate quickly. 6 assists already, no turnovers in this game. Really doing a nice job of distributing the ball. And when they've doubled off him, he's knocked down a 3.
Terrapins have been on the cusp here in Maryland. It's a quarterfinal Friday at the 59th annual ACC tournament at Phillips Arena. Hold the ball on the way up and then had to throw up a prayer. This is for 3. Yes.
Well, again, you see his eyes are always up. He has a sense of where his shooters are, and that's a good time to get an open look at a 3 is in transition.
Out of the locker room and into the field as McAdoo takes it at the hoop. Sometimes
you dig back and you help your team and get in the play, and he stops 2 points. He's had to shoulder a lot of the scoring load. He likes playing against Maryland, averaged 26 points a game against them in the regular season, and is already in double figures with 12 points, shooting the ball well. Also doing a nice job on the boards with 7 rebounds and a couple of blocks.
Here's Barnes again right to the hoop, and he's fouled by Stoglin. Kendall Marshall will fire from beyond the arc and bury the 3. He now has 8 points.
Yeah, nice. There's the kick out. You see Faust coming down. Too deep. The good spacing on the shot. That was a very...
North Carolina foul.
Again, he draws everybody's attention because of his ability to score, and all McAdoo had to do was he rated his feet just went out from underneath him.
Look how the young giraffe. His feet just kind of split. We'll return after these messages from your local. Right now it's Carolina, even though Maryland continues to compete. The Tar Heels, the #1 seed in complete control. Bullock and McAdoo today.
Yeah, no, Reggie Bullock has really stepped up. We talked about it with Henson out. That's a lot of points out of your lineup. But he is seeing a big basket. 5 of 9 for him, 13 points. And James Michael McAdoo, you know, I asked Roy Williams, who shot 40% this year. And
assist for Kendall Marshall. Does anybody see the floor like Kendall Marshall?
No, not in the back, not from the backcourt. That's as soon as he catches, it's the look ahead, and he just, you don't realize how fast you have to run to
the air right now. For Virginia, Harrison Barnes, a big key today for North Carolina. It's Tim Brand and Mike Cheminsky to call the game on the
bounds. He's going to have that type of performance for North Carolina.
Nonetheless, it's Zeller, tough turnaround. Oh, how about that? Out on the floor, 11:28 to play in the first half. 1-point game.
Primary jump shooter. Harrison can too, but he likes to put it on the floor.
Back into Zeller. His jump hook is good, and he's fouled by Painter.
Well, this is one of the best shot blockers in the country, and he really had a great game at Chapel Hill. I mean, they completely dominated NC State in this game. With his
Bullock with a nice pass to McAdoo.
Yeah, that's a.
Here's Barnes. This is for a 3. Yes.
And many times it only takes 1 shot.
Nice spin move by Zeller, and he's fouled by Painter.
He sees it coming from the top, so if you're Painter, you can't allow him to go to the baseline if you know you're getting
the range. This is Barnes. Yes.
Harrison Barnes has arrived at the semifinals. Fine had 3 points, but he has come alive in the second half, knocked down a couple of 3s. 9 points in the first 8. Zeller.
Nice give and go, backdoor to Zeller.
Leslie showing a little bit. You could see the whole backside emptied out. Nobody can get there to help.
Inside to Zeller, and 1. The foul is on Leslie.
Boy, and credit Zeller, just kept moving. got great position inside, and Leslie went for the steal, went for it all. And again, I think in that situation, that's Marshall's 7th assist. Got to go.
5 seconds. Marshall banks it in. Shot clock is off.
Got to go for the 3 here in the win.
State turns it over. Carolina's going to the championship game. But hold on, there's still some time left, and they're going to look at the clock.
And Mark Gottfried is really upset about the no call on the other end on Marshall. And actually, Johnson did a really nice job to run it down, and it's going to be when he goes.
They're going to have to put more time on it. There's that one that Mark Gottfried's upset about.
Well, you know, but it's.
And we got fortunate and got a couple of stops there.
And Coach Harrison without a basket in the first half, but what a good second half. How would you rate how he performed for you?
Watts off to Zeller.
Great look by Watts, who was...
The championship is on the line here today in Atlanta. The #1 seed North Carolina trailing by 9 against the Seminoles. Play only in an emergency, says Roy Williams. Aaron Andrews near the Carolina bench.
Could this be an emergency? I don't know.
What was Zeller? They played it tough inside.
Barnes for 3. Boy, did they need that one.
They need to go on a little spurt right now.
North Carolina was down 16 just moments ago, but Dickie V. Harrison to Barnes stepping out for a 3, and then making another basket. 5 quick points for Barnes. He's into double figures. A desperately need is out marshaling Marshall right now here in the first half in Atlanta. Barnes, another big shot for Harrison Barnes.
The Stars stepping up, man. The Stars stepping up.
And the first half comes to a close, and what a first half it was. Down the floor, 14-point lead. Hairston. Boy, it's a shootout here in Atlanta right now. Marshall spins, hits Zeller.
What a great play in transition. Nope, it's tough to get back in the game if you're not going to defend.
Hairston, another 3.
He's feeling it. He's arrived. Maybe this is the one that gives him the lift. They say nothing finer than a beat from Carolina.
Carolina by 6. Hairston, nice play ahead to Barnes.
Great jam transition created by this shot. Here's Hairston keeping the ball alive. And Mr. Barnes out in transition with the jam. Can't turn that ball over here. Look at this guy run. Look at this guy run. Run, baby, run. This throughout his career. I was glad this year he got a lot of good accolades, deservedly so. Here he is with the catch. Didn't look like a great wide receiver when he caught that, but he caught it, and he did the most important thing. He put it in the back.
Bullock. McAdoo.
McAdoo will be a rising star next year. Baseline squares his body for you young kids, and here's Harrison Barnes. Another good ball fake, and up he goes, and he drills it, man.
Block the rebound. Marshall for 3. Yes!
What a big shot by Marshall. Got it down to 1, my friends. The closest they have been. Will they get their 18th ACC title? Oh, well, Leonard Hamilton right there got his first to go back to Tallahassee. Marshall catches it on the perimeter. Good offensive rebound. Bullock, nice kick out. Good ball fake. I tell you, nothing like the ball fake. There it is right there. Great ball fake.
Tough shot made by Marshall to bring Carolina back within a single point.
That wasn't
Ball on glass, his first. 9-6, North Carolina. Over, committed by the Catamounts. Fires a 3 and McAdoo. Jams it so hard the ball actually bounced off the floor higher than the cylinder. Came right back up. James Michael McAdoo. Now that
Of being in the shooting motion. Let's see. Oh, I'm not going to dish. I like that. That's fine. On further review.
Most consecutive made field goals. What a block by Zeller. Elba blocked again by Zeller. Cue up the highlight reel. Hinson saying, wait a minute, that's what I usually do. That was
terrific. You take a look at good defense. Excellent job by McAdoo to stretch, extend.
Underhill Center, Vermont. Oh! At the other end, North Carolina gets another basket. It's McAdoo. Of course, the McAdoo name carries a lot of weight around these parts.
Good cut and a nice find out of the double team by Zeller. Into the post, he's doubled up and a strong cut. Anytime you got two bigs out there and one gets double teamed, the rule is the other one runs to.
Yielded much like that today. Bullock, McAdoo up high in the putback, and one.
That is big time there because he didn't hang his head, Jim. He got beat defensively and went right into the next play. So many times young guys make a mistake and then they compound it by not getting back into the game. James Michael McAdoo ran the floor, timed his jump, and then finished with strength.
And overall, there is Hairston. That is a three for North Carolina. And now the lead reaches 20 for the first time. And a timeout. Timeout, Catamounts. Carolina fueled by James Michael McAdoo, a freshman. Then Hairston, the freshman. And they're up 20.
That's a pretty good display of strength there because Vocal is no flyweight. I mean, he brings a well.
Back to Zeller for the dunk. Another assist for Marshall.
Well, they pile up quickly when you can get that ball in the paint to guys like Zeller who can finish.
His first points of the second half. We got a little highlight here for Watts. 30%. Points off turnovers. That's one of the big stats for the Tar Heels today.
I can tell you what that is. That's about 33% of what Carolina's point total has been.
North Carolina, 4 starters in double figures, winning comfortably now. And it's a steal by McAdoo. James Michael McAdoo fouled, and the basket counts. Foul on Austin Chapman.
The temperature in this game has gone up. McAdoo anticipating, playing through a tough foul by Chapman. He got his team excited in this building, starting to quit.
Bullock. Bullseye for the second time in this game from 3. He plays so long. Watch this. This is with the left hand.
Yeah. Well, he goes right on the right hand of the shoot and leadership.
Bullock. Wow, what a game he's having. 13 now. Sophomore. Down low, Hinson. And one.
Big time move by Hinson, and he did it with the left hand, Jim.
And look at the energy he brings this team. Hinson, McAdoo, they each have 3 blocks in this game.
Well, they're so big, and the timing is excellent. You almost have to get his body into him, but Hinson breaks contact, and then.
And again, they were trying to get for the first time ever consecutive wins, and Zeller will go to the line with a 3-point opportunity.
Well, I like that move by Tyler Zeller. Usually on that side of the floor, he wants to go to his left shoulder for the jump hook. Decides to go to the middle this time. Comes back to his right hand and makes the basket through contact from Echenique. But that's good action by Tyler Zeller, the ACC. Errant pass.
Look out. McAdoo.
Love the way that young.
Well then, Carolina fans on their way to St. Louis, it appears.
He is guarded by Cooper. Gets it inside. John Henson.
When we talked to John Gross yesterday, he said we have to limit the easy baskets in the half court. You see the grimace there. Maybe the
Bullock gets it down low. There's Zeller.
And he's the guy who will be open. Lay in or dunk for Henson. And John Gross needs to get a timeout here. Ohio looks a little out of sorts here early. And the size of Carolina has been a major issue. There's the block for Zeller, and then at the other end, just too much size down low. Turnovers. And so everything for Ohio in the half court. Keeley gets fouled. He'll go to the line. And this is Zeller's favorite move here. Right-handed jump hook. He just gets it off so quick. Not great enough help, and Zeller just turns right over that left shoulder, knocks down the jump hook. So total domination and unanswered. And there's the steal from White. He has been really good in the looks on the perimeter.
Bullock for three. Reggie Bullock. He has 8 points. Bullock's pass beautifully done. Zeller now has 19.
How about Zeller, the block at one end? Through him. Keeley not comfortable with that.
The steal by McAdoo. James Michael McAdoo.
Carolina.
Bullock. Three-pointer for Reggie Bullock, who has 11.
Well,
back tap kept alive by Bullock. Barnes for three. The 1 for 12, not Henson. Yes. That's a two-pointer, had a foot on the line of the gap into the play. There's a long three by Bullock. Reggie Bullock from downtown, and North Carolina leads by 2:35 seconds remaining. Timeout taken.
John Gross was screaming at DJ Cooper to get back defensively. Cooper thought he was fouled, and he got hit in the eye. He got back slowly defensively, and that led to the open three for Bullock.
Bullock for three. Oh, he's had a hot hand. 17 points for Red. Well, Barnes ends up with the shot, and this time hits it.
Boy, just bailing out a bad possession here.
Regional final, a spot at the Final Four at stake.
Off the steal. Here it is, McAdoo. James Michael McAdoo.
That battle. He is so strong.
Oh, the steal by McAdoo. What a performance off the bench
for them to buy into this sort of underdog role.
Nice pass. Barnes with the stuff, and he was fouled. Foul on Withy. That is his second.
And here's why Bill Self wanted his team to back away from that pressure defense.
There's the lob. Beautifully thrown from Stillman, White to Harris and Barnes, and they're getting Barnes involved. He has scored the last 2 buckets for North Carolina. It leads to a Kansas timeout. Guys of Ohio State, they end the game with 12 unanswered.